Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. It is a linear equation that is written in that form, y equals mx plus b. But so when we talk about slope-intercept form, what we are referring to is the math equation y equals mx plus b. That equation includes the slope of the line, which is, of course, m. So we're including the slope of the line, which is m, and the y-intercept of the line, which is b. You see that over here in the illustration in mnemonics section. There's a fairly simple diagram included here that just is pointing out the slope in the equation and the y-intercept in the equation. All we have to do is plug in a number into the slope m and the y-intercept b, and we have ourselves a linear equation in slope-intercept form. You'll notice several examples down here in the examples section that show us some equations correctly written in slope-intercept form. What you'll notice in each of these is that they lead off with y equals. The y is all by itself in these equations. It is isolated. We have y equals negative 2/5 x plus 10. We have y equals 4x minus 5. And we have y equals negative 17x. So for each of these, there is a y. We see they're underlined in purple. There is an m, which I'll underline in light blue. The m in this equation is negative 2/5. The m in this equation is 4x. And the m in this equation is negative 17. And of course, there is a b in each equation, which I will underline in yellow. The b in this equation is positive 10. The b in this equation is negative 5. In the b in the last equation, there doesn't appear to be one, but that all that simply means is there is a 0 in there. We have a 0 in that equation, so the y-intercept for that equation would be 0. The main points to key in on, I would say, are, of course, if we look back up to our illustration mnemonics section, that we have a y that is by itself, we have a slope m, and we have a y-intercept b. If you see any examples that are not in y equals mx plus b form, if they do not strictly adhere to that form, for instance, like in 3x plus 4y equals 10, or y plus 3x equals 1, or negative 7, if they don't flow along with this form, then they are not in slope-intercept form. We need to see y equals a number x plus or minus a number, and that's slope-intercept form.